Think about the daily routine of a credit risk manager today. His duty is not only to monitor, but also to manage the credit risks that the company undertakes. How is he doing this? He retrieves information from the ERP. He orders credit ratings from external vendors. He tries to collect qualitative data. He calculates his profitability. He tries not to forget the concentration risk. He combines all with the company's risk appetite, business rules, the macroeconomic environment. He works in spreadsheets. He sends and receives numerous emails from sales, collections, accounting, the client, the bank, the insurer, the CFO, the CEO. How efficient and objective is that? CREDITARK brings a brand new approach to the risk manager's profession. CREDITARK is a dedicated credit management dashboard that automatically integrates all necessary information from internal, local and global sources. Scientifically assesses clients' creditworthiness by combining behavioral, financial and qualitative data, and provides early warnings and scenario analysis. CREDITARK optimizes credit terms for healthy receivables and higher profit margins. CREDITARK is working for you efficiently, objectively, accurately. Everything starts with the target of the credit policy you want to implement. It has to be simple and measurable. The target has to be the total credit limit you're willing and able to provide to your customers. Through the Credit Manager module of CREDITARK, you can simulate your credit policy by analyzing unlimited scenarios for your local, territorial and global market, for different business units or subsidiaries, and different snapshot dates as to find your optimum credit policy. Building a credit policy, apart from setting your target, CREDITARK equips you with all the necessary controls so that you can fine-tune your scenario and select the optimum one that would be the company's credit policy. Each scenario is resolved within seconds, and instantly you can observe the impact of your simulated decisions on a customer and portfolio level. Amongst many options, you can see your customer's risk distribution, the effective profit margins, the very important credit risk costs, and the level of provisions that you may need to take. Of course, you have detailed info of all customers with no exceptions, so that you compare the existing trading condition with what CREDITARK is suggesting under the scenario that you are running. You can overview results on various types of customers or on a case-by-case basis. More than that, CREDITARK offers you with the ability to include in your credit policy new prospects for healthy receivables and higher profit margins, a unique common language and cooperation with sales. Once adopting the Optimum bespoke credit policy, CREDITARK provides you with a powerful real data monitoring module so that you can, over different periods, follow your client's trading status profile on their behavioral, external ratings and CREDITARK's innovative qualitative risk assessment. On top of all that, CREDITARK has a fully customizable, easy-to-use report builder where you can export client and portfolio reports in different formats. Although many systems support monitoring and reporting of numerous credit risk factors, usually credit management, namely policies and decisions, are based on arbitrary empirical rules and heuristics. On the contrary, CREDITARK introduces a scientific methodology for treating credit risk as a cost factor, accurately measurable and controllable via credit limits and pricing on portfolio and customer level. This methodology involves a set of algorithms that counts in all the necessary factors for optimizing your credit policy as to obtain the total credit that you're willing and able to provide to the market over a specific period. CREDITARK's methodology assesses the creditworthiness, the size of business, the profitability, and the collaterals for each and every client while taking into account the trading rules, the risk appetite, the cost of concentration risk, the available working capital, and the funding costs that your organization operates with. Naturally, CREDITARK's methodology incorporates factors describing the macroeconomic environment that your company lives by, as to provide country and industry-specific, bespoke Optimum credit suggestions. In CREDITARK's breakthrough methodology, apart from the optimizer, we must emphasize in particular the customer's creditworthiness assessment. The customer's risk level is defined not in a rules-based empirical process, but by a scientific combination of behavioral, external, and qualitative scores produced by 3 distinct statistical models. The behavioral model is continuously interconnected with your company's ERP, any ERP, and assesses your customer's trading behavior. Some indicative factors used by the behavioral model are sales turnover stability, past due amount over sales, mean exposure over credit limit, past due amount over exposure. The external score is either a rating given by an agency or derives from the financial and credit data provided by business information providers. In the latter case, the data from the external vendor are used to develop a scoring model that produces a mathematically derived probability of default for every customer. However, the cutting-edge dimension of CREDITARK's methodology in the customer's risk level assessment is the qualitative score. It is the way to finally quantify empirical evidence and market info as to add value and not noise to the risk appraisal. CREDITARK's qualitative score is produced by a robust statistical model that indicatively uses the following factors referring to customers: years in business, recent change in number of employees, level of organizational structure, level of payment behavior against other suppliers, dependence on high-risk customers. Sources are sales, collections, and other personnel that face the customer frequently. They provide information through a closed-end questionnaire and not as a free text answer, as to ensure uniformity and avoid bias or manipulation. The scores of all models are statistically validated and calibrated as to ensure accuracy, objectivity, and transparency. CREDITARK's methodology provides a powerful credit optimizing engine that does all the risk calculations for you in an automated and dynamic way, thus freeing up time for the decision-making process. CREDITARK achieves improvement in DSO, healthy sales, profitability, and funding opportunities. Cut back in working capital needs, insurance costs, headcount, and operating expenses. Acceleration in the decision-making process, and establishes transparency, objectivity, and legacy. CREDITARK stands apart because it is a specialized software application for credit managers like CRM is to sales. It is an integration tool that retrieves real-time data from the ERP and external info sources. It is a scientific and not a rules-based credit risk management engine. It is a global credit policy monitor system that assesses from sole traders to multinational corporates. CREDITARK. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf.